It's a big update with the Insta360 X3. They've updated some of the issues that people were wanting from the original release, and there's some really exciting news today. First one being they've introduced slow motion mode in 360. That is much needed. A lot of people were questioning why that wasn't in the new camera. We could do it in the X2, we can't do it in the X3. They've addressed that issue. Now Insta360 have a good reputation for firmware updates. It's listening to their customers and updating the cameras to what people want, and they've done that with this update. So you've got 3K 100 frames per second, so you can now shoot that 360 footage. It looks really good. It's not quite 4K, but it is 3K 100 frames per second. It's a welcome addition, and I'm sure a lot of you out there that have got this camera will be thanking Insta360 for that, because there was a lot of people asking for that. They've listened, they've done it. So now we've got slow motion 360 footage. They did have 4K at 60 frames per second, which theoretically you can slow down half and have that slow motion, but it's not quite as good as having that 120 frames per second. So they've introduced that. That's the first update. The second update is a new feature called pre-recording. Now this is a lot like GoPro's hindsight feature. This allows you to do things like trick shots in 360. This is in 360 as well. So you've got pre-recording 15 seconds or 30 seconds. You can pre-record before you press that record button. So you can do things like trick shots, like I mentioned. You can capture thunder and lightning. So it's really hard to capture lightning on a video. You have to wait for it to flash, or you can try and preempt it. But with this pre-recording feature, you can turn it on, press start, and it will record 15 or 30 seconds before you actually press the record button. And that's brilliant, and it comes in handy more times than you think. So it's a good feature to have in this camera, and again in 360 mode as well. It's a brilliant feature. Thirdly, they've added new frame rates to me mode. Now, previously we only had 60 frames per second and 30 frames per second. Now we've got 48, 50, 25 and 24. A lot of people are asking for 25 and 24 frames per second because it gives you more of a cinematic feel. And for that walking and talking look, which is what you're going to be doing more than likely with me mode, it gives you that more natural feel to the footage. So they've added that feature. You've got 25, 24 frames per second as well as 48 and 50 if you want to use those frame rates. Still got 60 and 30 if you want to use those frame rates and you're happy with those, but I'll personally be using 24 or 25 frames per second in me mode. It looks really good. In addition to that, I've added 50 frames per second, 25 and 24 to the 4K 360 footage as well. Also, they've added some new languages to the camera, which include Malaysian, Indonesian, Polish, Dutch and Vietnamese. So if you're in those countries, you can now get those languages on the Insta360 X3. So it's a really welcome update. I'm really happy that Insta360 have added that slow motion feature in 360, especially the pre-recording feature comes in very handy. And of course, you've got the 25 and 24 frames per second now in me mode. So yeah, they're living up to their reputation, giving us the updates that we want on the cameras. And like I said, they're generally really good Insta360 in updating the firmware, listening to the customers, and that is what they've added in this update. So there we go. The new software will be available soon, if not right away. You can go to the app and you can simply press update. It will recognise the fact there's an update for the camera, and it will do it automatically for you once you connect your phone to the camera. But that's it. Enjoy your new features on the Insta360 X3. If you want to grab one and you haven't already, use the link in the description down below. You'll get a free gift with your purchase. I think it's still a 120 centimeter selfie stick. If you buy one of the bundles, they give you some of the lens protectors as well. So buy through the link in the description, helps this channel as well. So that's it for this one. I will see you on the next video. Make sure you subscribe, give this video a like. It really does help. Lets the algorithm think that you love this channel. It helps, trust me. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.